But there you go, wasn't that nice and easy? Well, it is easy sticking it down, but the bit you didn't see is I left one of these underneath it and the floor just would not sit right. So I had to whip the lot back out again and redo it, because that, I don't know how I did it. It was stuck under the underlay, so I didn't see it. Oh well, never mind. Moving on swiftly, now we're around to the doors itself. That door area is probably the most iffiest part we're going to get to. It is quite easy. Cutting the planks down ain't a problem really. So we'll have a quick look at where we're going. We're going to go slightly under that door frame. And there. And obviously all the way along. And again into that door frame. So if we do go into the cupboards, this will probably be a bit more easier, because I'm most likely going to go out of straightforward planks and not mess around too much. And I may even glue them down in there. So we'll get straight on with it. I feel quite knackered now. It's quite surprising really. Oh well, we'll get straight onto that. There is going to be a bit of sawing, manual, and whether I use the jigsaw or not, I'm not sure. I can never tell really. Right then. So we now know that that is going to go there and there. First of all, we know that this is going to be the doorway. So here it's going to be a cut. So we need to work that one out. So we'll put that on there. We can almost say that that is going to be the line. And a part of that is going to go underneath. Also, we come this side and we do the same. Won't slide under that easy. Again, we'll mark the wood. What we need to know, this piece has got to be cut out and also go under there. So what we're going to do is use this one. Now all we're going to do is pop that in there like this. And you can see where we're going with this. You've now got a line that we can take. Right, to get that line, what we've done is we've gone across, we put our planks across like this. So we know that's our doorway and that's actually going underneath. So that's a little gap you leave in the edge. So we now know that'll go underneath, and then that is ready as well, and also this side. Move that out of the way. Now you need to put that under there like this. Now we now want the line going across here, because out of here this is the piece we're going to be cutting out. So leave that in. So we now know that we're going to be working on the basis of about there, give or take, round about that. So we now know that's a straight edge and we can line that down. It's just this piece to take out, which looks quite simple. So what we'll do, we'll go and take this piece out of here, and then we'll do that one in a minute. We'll do this one first and I'll show you how to get this in. So with a bit of luck, that will go in there and slide in. Look at that. And tap him up a little bit. And there we go. We're on the money. We know that this piece has got to come out of here. So we're going to measure that from there to there. And obviously we need one of these in there. So we've got this bottom end. So we are looking at, so we want 17. And that's what we're chopping off, 17, so we mark that. Then we come down this end, just check it and do the same. And that's actually 17.5. So it's sod's law. That's 17 and that's 17.5. So we put 17.5 on here, up to the edge. Just check that again. 17.5, right. So then what we need to do is put a line down it. So put your spirit level down there on that mark and that mark. Hold on and slipped. So we know this piece has to come off. So I shall go and saw that off. And there we go. With a bit of luck. So what we're going to do is a little ledge on here. All we're going to do is take that off. It's a little tiny one. I'll just show you this little piece here. All we're going to do is take that off all the way along. And it means it'll just slide in then. So now, and with the magic trick, this should just go straight in. And that's it. It's in. And that's it. Just a little bit more push up on there. And how simple was that? So that's in nice. So we'll just get into that piece and then we'll be going right through the doorway. So once again, we're into a doorway. It's nice to think this piece actually fits nice. Want to make sure that's leveled up there. So we then know that this piece here, put this straight down here and down here. That's all nice and leveled up on that end. Get our square, put that straight down there because we now know that we're going under there. So we can actually put a line in there. And also we know we can put a line straight down there because we're going under. Right, so we've got that. So next part is, so we know that's the doorway. Now that's got to come off there and that's got to come off there. Now for this side, we'll measure, once again like we did before. Let's get a spacer. Stay up, that's okay. Put the spacer in. We can go 18 because I can lose that spacer in a minute. We can go 18. So we're going 18 up here. That way around. So we've got 18. So we know that's the line there. And then in the doorways, the same thing. We need to know that measurement as well. Again, that one is 18. So with a bit of luck, let's move up this way. .18, which is there. So So put a line straight down there. We know that's got to be sawn off. So that's all got to come off. And now we want to know this one on this side. So this won't take much measuring because there's only one piece. And E's 18 as well. Take it from there. So I'll just pop and saw those off. So we'll get that off there. So the question is that going to go in without taking anything off? Probably not. So the same as before, we've just got to take that ridge off. So are we going in or not? Of course it's going in. Now for the fun and games, we're now inside. So this is the problem we got. We want to join this, and this is our plank. I'm get it around the right way. So we do want to make a nice clean cut. So now need to that distance to that distance, and then we've got to cut out this piece. Now this far end, it's too small. We don't want that. That needs to go up against that. This is the bit where you've got to use your brain. Now we don't want that bit up there, because originally if we go up that far, we're going to leave a gap at this end. So we want really that to be covered. So what I'm suggesting is cutting off that amount, cutting off that, but on the other end. So the idea is to go in there, and then that joins with this one. Simples. You still have to cut the board. So let's have a go and see how that works out. Every job is different. So I'm going to flip over the board. Now no, straight away we need to cut that off there. Straight over. Cut. So I'm going to cut that to start with. Right. So we now know that'll go in there. So all we need to do now is cut down this part and join it with that. Now I'm going to do a template first. So get an old bit of scrap, because you must have plenty of this. Put that in where we want to be. Just make sure it's fully in. And now you know where we're going to be cutting. So we can drop our board on there. You know you've got your board in there now. You know that's the end, which is going to join the other board. So we need to know roughly, now that's going to be a bit of an awkward one going around there. So we need to know where we're cutting off. So we put our board in, as we did before. Just make sure he's in line. Just mark that there. And do exactly the same the other side. Some people do it different ways, and I'm doing it this way because I think this is the best way to do it. Get that in there. So now all we're going to do is transfer that onto the other side. We've got our line from there to there. So we've already got the line on that side, so we know now that somewhere along the line this has got to come off. So if we move that to the far end, so that's your flat end. That one's all right. You can leave a little bit of gap, and we now know that's got to go up there. So I'll take this line right the way through. So one way or the other, there's a doorway somewhere. So that's going to come there. So then that piece there is the piece that is coming out over here. So it's that piece there that we have to lose. It's either I've made a big cock up and you're going to see this on YouTube as a blunder. Now what we're going to do is just double check that again. So that's the piece, because that is the wall. That there is going under here. And that's your spare piece to join your next plank. And then there's no problem there because you're coming out here. Let's go and cut it. Right, and now it should fit. With a bit of luck. Yeah, that looks like it fits nicely. Don't think we're going to get under there. So once again, we have to take off this little ledge. So I know that fits all right now, but before we can actually put this in, we need to get this piece in. Because we're sort of back to front here. So we need a piece to go in there. And then obviously then our floor starts as it would do. And that's how you get through the doorway. So you're bound to have a piece to go in here. And there we go. It's that side we want to keep. So line that up. And what we do is switch it around the other way. Line them up. Mark him down there, and we'll go flat line first, straight across. So now it's that piece across there. Up there. Let's take the line straight up. And we don't want this. So the only piece we actually want is that little piece there. So I'm going to go and cut it. Right, so we're ready for the fit. So what we need to do is glue this. Now I would recommend putting some glue on this as well. So once again, we'll want to glue down that edge and also to glue that piece in. And on here, I would glue it as well. So just wipe off the rubbish, the dust. Now you're going to put a bit of glue down that edge. Once again, only a small bit, not too much. And on here. You don't need a lot. Now turn our board over. Just drop them down. Slide them in. And you also want to glue that piece in as well. So now glue that edge. Again in that corner. Pop them in. And then move it all forward and it should all go in with a bit of luck. I'm saying that. Just make sure that little piece is level. And just to make sure everything's in, get a piece of wood and just put that down. All we're going to do is knock it all across. Start over this side. And then come over this side. In that middle. And that's all nicely in. See, and that is how you go through your door frame. It's that simple. Well, there you go, folks. Wasn't that nice and easy? And if you like this type of content, please subscribe and please share. And don't forget the playlist. You've got a full playlist on flooring and also you've got one on painting and decorating. They're the sort of things you need for your DIYers and beginners. And in my next video, we'll be finishing off the floor altogether with those two little rooms being done. So we've got the little cubbyhole or storage unit and we've got the oven room. And we'll see you again very shortly on the Crazy Baker channel. Laters! This is the Crazy Baker Unleashed channel. Cars. Honest reviews. DIY. Toys. And behind the scenes of all the crap I buy. Old school memorabilia. Please subscribe and please share. Laters!